Tension is building between William Ruto and Raila Odinga, and this could shake the foundation that is holding the broad-based government together. This is after a three-judgment of the High Court quashed an earlier decision that was a declaration that was made by the Speaker of the National Assembly, Moses Wetangula, that the Kenya Kwanza is the majority party. After this declaration, because sometimes back in October, Speaker Wetangula announced that after scrutiny of the pact that was signed between several affiliate parties within the Azimio, he declared that parties like MDG and PA had officially parted ways with the with the Azimio. And this case has been dragging in court for over a year now. Now, documents at the registrar of political parties office show very clearly that these parties that Moses Wetangula declared that had severed ties with Azimio were still intact because there was no formal communication to the effect that they were leaving Azimio, thereby rendering that decision that was made by Moses Wetangula as null and void. The court further ordered Moses Wetangula to either decide to become the national speaker of the Speaker of the National Assembly or become the Ford Kenya party leader, and the court declared that he cannot hold the two positions together. And the court further said that Moses Wetangula was led by his unnecessary allegiance to the executive. Now, after that declaration, Kenyans were waiting to see how William Ruto's party and Raila's party are going to navigate, because it is something that is very fragile. Three people have spoken. By yesterday, Kimani Ichung'wah was really trending because Kenyans were saying that they really love to see Kimani Ichung'wah being relegated to the position of the minority leader. Now, three leaders spoke. Martha Karua bashed ODM after that declaration, after that ruling, that the ODM must stop blowing hot and cold. ODM must decide that they are either in government or in the opposition in light of the court ruling. Kimani Ichung'wah, who was being targeted, said that court ruling is overtaken by events. Moses Wetangula said he cannot resign because many people are now telling him he's not exercising his leadership and his mandate as the Speaker of the National Assembly impartially. That is partial and he's taking sides. Today, Moses Wetangula said he is not resigning. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there are, as you all know, ODM is almost divided in the middle. There is a group that feels that they are in government and that they cannot question William Ruto. But there is another group that is saying that ODM has got a policy that it stands for, fighting for the rights of the weak, and they must tell William Ruto when William Ruto is wrong. Opondo Kaluma is one of the people who believe that they are in this government and they are not leaving. Yesterday, he said something that the court's ruling was meant to make them fight. That is the ODM and the UDA. And he said they are not going to fight. Instead, they are going to unite even stronger. I want us to read something that he added. He was saying that too little, too late, from a court that sleeps on a simple determination for years. Justice denied is justice denied. According to Opondo Kaluma, they are not going to demand for their rightful share. They will remain in the minority. Because according to him, he feels that that ruling was meant to create a commotion between the broad-based government. He adds something by mocking, I don't know whom he was mocking here, that those who think minority party means opposition, where is the opposition now that the court has declared the ODM party majority party in parliament? So according to Pondo Kaluma and his group, they feel that it is too little too late. They are not going to pursue justice for the party. Remember, if they had to start pursuing justice, then it means that Junet Mohammed would be elevated to be the majority leader, and Kimani Chungwa would be demoted to be the minority leader. That would also happen to the positions like chief whip. The very controversial Sylvanus Osoro would be demoted to the position of the minority leader, and Emilio Odhiambo would be elevated to take his position. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as some of the ODM leaders were saying that this is overtaken by event, James Orengo looked, because he's a lawyer, and Orengo is the one who has been in court every electioneering year, trying to fight for justice, trying to explain and persuade judges that Raila's votes have always been stolen. Orengo had a forum today, and Orengo is saying that that court declaration does not only make the Azimio as the majority party, but it declares Raila Amolo Odinga as the president. It shows that the 2022 general election was rigged. And according to Orengo, he feels that we should not even wait for 2027 to remove Ruto from office. He says Kenyans are bitter. And he's saying that maybe this is the right time to kick out Ruto from office.
The Friday's High Court ruling that ended Kenya Kwanza's 2-year-long honeymoon as the majority side in the National Assembly is now heightening calls by anti-Ruto politicians to eject the president from State House even before his 5-year term ends in 2027 through an impeachment.
The country is so angry, and the elections may not matter. I am telling you, and I believe it. The country is so angry that when I hear people talking about the elections, I feel very annoyed, because we are going to get it all wrong again. Right now, the High Court made a very important ruling, saying that Kenya Kwanza is not the majority party. The majority party in parliament is Azimio. What are we going to do about it? Are we going to again sit on the table and make a deal? What the court said, the High Court said yesterday, is a confirmation that the election results that were announced in the last elections were not correct. That is the confirmation. I'm asking my party ODM, don't lose this thing that the High Court of Kenya has said that Azimio is the majority party. Don't leave it, because instead of sitting on the table with whoever is in power, the court is giving you what belongs to you. Why are we giving up? Why is Kenya giving up?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is one of the biggest litmus tests to the broad-based government. Just a few days before Raila is subjected to the African Union Commission chairperson seat election, there are those who are very close to Raila and they feel they should hold their breath until that election. They don't want to do anything that can jeopardize Ruto's support. Ruto on his side and the people who are around him are saying, they are crossing their fingers and they're saying Raila must win this to get out. This is an elimination method to get out of the equation so that Ruto can now face his opponents. And in light of this ruling, James Orengo is coming up very boldly and is saying this is not the time to sit back and start negotiations. They have been given what is rightfully theirs. So people are waiting to see how the ODM, let me just talk of Azimio, is going to maneuver its ways around this, because Wiper Party, Jubilee Party, all those are saying if we are the majority, then we have to get what is rightfully ours. So Kenyans are waiting, because the only party that is holding back is the ODM. All the other affiliate parties are saying we must go for what is ours. So people are waiting whether Raila is going to confront Ruto on this. Because if it happens, it can jeopardize the relationship between Ruto and Raila. Because Raila might come up and say, tunataka ile yetu. Now, there's a school of thought that feels that William Ruto, having given the ODM Ministry of Finance and Energy, and even picking an Attorney General from Nyanza, he can simply decide to compromise again and say, yes, in light of that ruling, I give you what you want. Take the majority seat. Because what does it help William Ruto with? William Ruto might look at the expense of losing the ODM support just because of that court ruling. And he might say, but tell Kimani Chungwa that for us to manage these people, please just go swap roles. It can be a little humiliation, but William Ruto is very calculative. Now, if he goes ahead and accept this, the Kenya Kwanza team will also complain. And it's also very shaky. It's also another test for the Kenya Kwanza coalition, because if William Ruto decides to listen to ODM or Azimio, then the Kenya Kwanza team will feel that he's compromising too much. They might tell him, you're the president, why are you being manipulated? And the other people in Kenya Kwanza will start saying that, look, we told you that Ruto is listening to Raila so much that he cannot go against what he wants. And some people might even run away and join Gachagua. So it is very, very shaky. For the ODM, you already see they are reading from different scripts. Orengo spoke bitterly, and he feels, I think those are memories of the poignant loss in the subsequent elections, especially in 2022, when they had the dynasty and everything. As to the Azimio coalition, will this be an opportunity to unite? Or the gap will even widen further? Because if they come together and say that, yes, we are the majority, then this might just bring the bond that was already breaking together. Remember, Martha Karua had left. Eugene Wamalwa's party also, I think, left. ODM still believes that they're in Azimio, but surely they say, if it works like a duck, then it is a duck. ODM's behavior does not really show that they're in Azimio. They are not there in spirit. So whether this can bring them together and they sit and say, now we are Azimio and we want to build this coalition, I don't know. Because that court ruling was very shaky. It was very fragile. We don't know how they are going to look at it. But for the broad-based government, Orengo has already lit the fire. And Orengo is daring Raila. You remember him asking, will we sit back and start another round of negotiations when the court has already given us what is ours? Ladies and gentlemen, it has always been known that the elections was rigged. That is why William Ruto rushed to buy MPs to help him manage the country. But now, the courts are coming up with this ruling. I sometimes look at our courts, they're also being used. What do you think the courts wanted to achieve here? Some feel that the courts wanted to break the bond between William Ruto and Raila Odinga. But with the NIS still at play, you will be shocked that even the courts could be working for William Samoei Ruto. What do you think is happening here? And do you think that the broad-based government will still hold? And if it holds together, at this moment when they have been given what belongs to them, what do you think it portends to this coalition in 2027? Because if ODM fails to confront William Ruto to get what is rightfully theirs, I can assure you that they are going to support Ruto to the end 2027. But if they confront Ruto, then I would conclude that they are still weighing options and looking at the weight of the wave, because 2027 is too far, but yes, too near. Do you think the broad-based government will hold? Orengo is a senior member of the ODM. And when things are tough, especially things that require legal minds, Orengo and people like Kutinda Amolo have always been there. He has declared war. We're waiting for Raila's voice to see what is going to happen.